In the ancient times there lived a great warrior queen, Maeve by name. It is said by some that she was a goddess before men made her a mere mortal. At least they gave her the title of queen. No one would have done less for it is said to be in her favor brings good fortune, but to be out of her favor, ah, that is unwise indeed. This I learned when I was foolish enough to think I could short-change the queen.
It was on a bright day in Ireland when I began my 2-mile hike up Knockanare Mountain in County Sligo, where it is said Queen Maeve stands upright in her mountaintop cairn. This I can believe. This enormous memorial measures about 60 yards across and more than 30 feet tall, all created by stone upon stone upon stone, crafting one huge mound of stones with a peak at the center and stones sloping down the circular sides.
Folklore says that when you visit this Iron Age queen, you take a stone to leave with her. This I did, but it was not a stone gathered with respect due this great queen. Rather, it was a stone I picked up at the base of the mountain because I had not brought another with me. It was not out of lack of respect that I did not remember a stone, but out of lack of planning. I had no intention of hiking up the mountainside. My companions and I planned only to stop by the site to look at the mountain and the distant grave on top. But our curiosity got the best of us, and we wondered what the great mound we could see only from a distance was like up close. Neither of my friends were up to the hike, so I was the one tasked to make the climb for the purpose of taking photographs so all could see the great cairn of Queen Maeve. It was when I started up the mountain that I remembered I must take a stone to the queen, so I picked up one from the path, a path that was soon to fall away into a cow pasture and a rutted and ragged trail.
The steep uphill climb and craggy terrain exhausted me. More than once I thought of turning back, but would Queen Maeve have turned back? Absolutely not. Not this Queen of Connacht. In ancient legend passed down from generation to generation, it is said that Maeve's father, the High King of Ireland, gave her the province of Connacht in the west of Ireland. To rule such a wild and inhospitable place, but breathtakingly beautiful land took courage and fortitude indeed, both of which this queen had. She also had a reputation for being a bit, shall we say, competitive and always getting what she wanted.
As the story goes, Queen Maeve and her husband, King Ailill, had an argument about who was the wealthiest. They compared all their riches, coin to coin, cow to cow, jewel to jewel, land to land, slave to slave, castle to castle, and so on, until it came to one last animal. A bull, a magical bull at that. When Maeve discovered that Ailill had a bull of superior breeding, the likes of which she did not own, thus making Ailill technically the ruler of their household, because the king had a bull that the queen could not match. What's a queen to do, especially a queen like this one?
The next day, Maeve called her messenger Macroth. Maeve asked him if there was any bull in Ireland equal to Ailill's bull. Macroth said, not one as good, but twice as good. Maeve was delighted when she heard this. Macroth said the bull's name is the Brown Bull of Cooley. He belongs to the Dare of Cooley in the province of Ulster. Maeve sent Macroth and other messengers to Dare to ask for the loan of his brown bull. Maeve said she would give a gift of cows and return the brown bull at the end of the year. Dare agreed to lend the bull to Maeve. One of Maeve's men boasted foolishly, saying Dare was a wise man to give the bull, because if he had not given it to Maeve, would have taken it by force. Dare was furious when he heard this. Tell your queen, he said, if she wants my bull, she had better take it by force. When Macroth told Queen Maeve about this, she was raging. Maeve gathered all of her fighting men and marched to Ulster. Then Queen Maeve and Dare had a battle. Queen Maeve won the battle and she took the bull.
It is said she captured the bull from Ulster and took him back to Connacht, but two bulls in the same land will never do, and this was no exception. The Ulster bull fought the king's bull and killed it before finding his way back to Ulster, and once again Queen Maeve and her husband the king were equal in all their riches.
As you have come to learn, Queen Maeve was not a queen to be taken lightly, which I did not do. Yet I foolishly believed that the stone I brought from the base of the mountain would satisfy her. Little did I know, as I continued to put one foot in front of the other, over and over, huffing and puffing up the side of the mountain, that I had something much more valuable that this queen would seize from me. A treasured stone I had not brought to her, and a treasure is what she would demand.
Many years before, in one of the first workshops I gave on my sacred land, one of the participants traveled from Arizona to Ohio to attend. It was she who gave me a fairy with a sparkling jeweled skirt. This lovely fairy floated around my neck on a silver chain for many a year. She was a favorite of mine, and I cherished her. The wise ones of old warn us that the gods and goddesses often become jealous of our deepest loves. The same could be said of Queen Maeve, for when I returned to the base of the mountain and began to shed my coat, I found only the chain around my neck, but broken in two and without the fairy anywhere.
Queen Maeve had claimed my fairy. Favorite fairy though it was of mine, I had to let her go, and petition Queen Maeve to treat her kindly as a favorite and beloved fairy who once lived with me. I like to believe that the fairy had a choice in this, that she was not taken from my neck without her will, but instead that she flew away to serve the great Queen Maeve, goddess that she is.